What's with all the police trucks outside? The cameras everywhere, Jamie.
I'm not supposed to tell. Don't rat me out.
I won't.
You know the butcher? The freaking nut job that goes around just chopping people up? Well, the feds or whatever heard that he's gonna be here today, so they set up a trap for him.
Josh Hartnett plays a serial killer who finds out that the FBI and police have staged a trap for him at a concert in M. Night Shyamalan's Trap, one of few new summer movies I'll be reviewing this week on CJ at the Movies, along with Zachary Levi as the lead role in Harold and the Purple Crayon. I'm Christopher Zweig. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Trap, the latest M. Night Shyamalan movie, and starring Josh Hartnett as a father who takes his teenage daughter, played by Ariel Donahue, to the concert of our all-time favorite singer, Lady Raven, played by Salika Shyamalan, daughter of you-know-who.
Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I can leave you here in the seat.
I'm good, Dad.
All we know so far is that the concert is a trap for the police and FBI to capture the serial killer known as the Butcher, and we also know from the trailer that Hartnett is the killer trying to find an escape route.
Shoot left.
Where should I put her?
Thank you.
This individual that we're searching for won't panic. He's realized he can't get out. He's going to try to cause chaos.
Dad, what are you doing? You're acting weird.
Trap has a radiant ambiance with the concert and Hartnett channeling on Jack Nicholson as the Butcher, and I was interested to know what twists are in store this time, but as I continued to watch this film, I didn't get much out of the story and felt it went through typical and sometimes predictable results. I give the filmmaker the BOTD every now and then, as I did last year with Knock at the Cabin, but like the last movie his daughter Ashana made, The Watchers, I can't recommend Trap. Another movie I can't recommend is Harold and the Purple Crayon, based on the beloved children's book about a little boy named Harold whose purple crayon leads him and his animal friends Moose and Porcupine on one exciting adventure after another. Since Hollywood thinks moviegoers love seeing their favorite childhood characters being played by popular actors, they make Harold into an adult played by Zachary Levi, and since the movie doesn't want to make the same fatal mistake on CGI animals as Doolittle did, when they all make it to the real world, Moose comes in the form of Laurel Howery, and Porcupine is Tanya Reynolds.
It's so beautiful. Look at all the friendly people.
Get lost, Smurf.
Here's my antlers.
Harold's Purple Crayon works in the real world, but unfortunately for us, it has to succumb to cliches regarding a cynical mother, played by Zooey Deschanel, her imaginative son, played by Benjamin Bottani, and a would-be Narnia author, played by Jermaine Clement, who plans to use the crayon for evil.
Do you know what brought you to life? It's what your crayon is made of. The most mysterious, powerful, extraordinary stuff on Earth. Wax. Pure imagination.
Harold and the Purple Crayon is the live-action debut of Carlos Saldanha, who was an animator at what was once Blue Sky Studios. He made the Ice Age movies, Robots, the Rio movies, and Ferdinand. He can make fun animated movies, but he doesn't apply the same magic in the real world. Howery is funny at times as Moose, and Levi seems to be enjoying himself, but he isn't given the same kind of charms as Entangled or Shazam. The movie ends up being typical and sometimes weird, and I bet parents wish they had the crayon so they can draw an exit door. We move on to much better territory with Kneecap, the latest film released by Sony Pictures Classics, which presents its own version of how the Irish hip-hop group Kneecap came to be, and serves as a fight to preserve the Irish language, which is barely used nowadays thanks to the English language. The band members portray themselves in a partly fictionalized manner, at least I think so, because even as an Irish film critic I haven't heard of this band before, but now I saw their movie, I'm glad I got to know them and acknowledge what cause they're fighting for.
Orchestra boys. And Roland 808. You honestly are going to be yes, real like for Kyoto if we like grammar. When she's blast us, been the Darry seeing hip hop. Good John and your. Do I look like I want to read subtitles?
There's also Michael Fassbender as the father of two of them and a fugitive activist who taught them the language and fakes his death to avoid the authorities, although only about half of them seem to buy his death.
Gach focal Gaelic literature. Sé pille, a skilter or some search in the heron. Agus belly or shillavik.
I didn't understand everything that goes on in Kneecap, but I did understand the message that the band is trying to convey. The band members are all poetic about the cause and what they represent in Ireland. It's all presented through colors, hallucinations, dialogue, and violence, and like Sing Sing, which used real former prisoners portraying themselves with humanity, the band members are able to win you over, and they don't make themselves look like sitcom caricatures. They look like Irish people standing up for their history and language. And our last movie is Coup, a pandemic comedy set in 1918 during the Great Influenza Pandemic, and it kind of plays like What About Bob, but but sparked with themes regarding the upper class versus the lower class. Peter Sarsgaard plays a mischievous grifter named Floyd Monk who arrives on the island at the estate of the wealthy progressive journalist Jay Horton, played by Billy Magnussen, and he's now his new chef.
And boss wants to eat leaves. That's his right. I just don't see why we can't eat meat.
What happened to your finger?
Blew it off right at the nub.
Can I touch it?
No!
Floyd decides to lead the staff on a secret revolt against the rich journalists regarding their wages and living situations, since they're the only workers available given the circumstances, and as you might expect, Horton begins to lose his mind.
I will get us more food, I promise.
You just leave the killing and the carving to me?
Feed my own family.
You've never used a gun in your life.
Coup has a wickedly entertaining tone and characterization that has us eager to know how the workers can make their way into the high life and how the patriarch struggles to get acquainted with them. There are plot twists involved that really has us going, more so than M. Night Shyamalan's Trap, and even though there are moments that make us cringe, and I can't spoil anything for you, we're still entertained by what direction the movie wants to head itself into. Recapping this week's new movies: thumbs down for Trap, thumbs down for Harold and the Purple Crayon, thumbs way up for Kneecap, and thumbs up for Coup. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.